there are 30 or 40 programs minimum that have the ability to do what Indiana has done from a monetary or financial standpoint of putting together an NIL that's at least competitive, but then identifying who actually fits in your system, in your team, in your program is the secret sauce, and Curt Cignetti's definitely done that.
You got to have a great leader that people want to follow. You got to hit a nerve with your alumni base, and then you got to trigger your ultra-rich alumni base and say, oh, this is fun. I like this. Yep. I've never seen Mark Cuban at an Indiana football game until this year. Never seen him at an Indiana football, ever. I've seen him at Assembly Hall, but I've never seen him at an Indiana football game until this year. Maybe last year he did, but either way, within the last couple of years. So now he's engaged, and now this goes to the next question. Like, Tim, I don't think they're going anywhere. So it looks like we're staying at 12, at least for one more year, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, as you and I've discussed many times, 8 was the magic number, but
I agree.
But 12 sounds okay too. I mean, the bottom line is, the last two. Well, anyway, I don't have any problem with 12. I really had a problem with going to 24. 16, if you're going to expand, 16 made the most sense if expansion was in fact what was going to happen. But 12's fine with me. That means we'll still have stuff to talk about on talk radio.
Now, everybody's looking at what Indiana did in the turnaround, and they're asking, is this something that we can do too? Do you think there are takeaways from Indiana's 2-year turnaround that other programs can replicate?
You know what, Josh? I don't know if you can replicate everything, but I guarantee you right now, athletic and academic, the administrators of schools are going, if them, why not us? Right? I mean, meaning from a pressure standpoint, everything is there. I saw this asinine take that Rob Parker had about how Indiana bought its national. I'm just going, dude, you didn't even compare the NIL situation between Miami and Indiana when you made that stupid comment. I mean, Miami had like $27 million NIL situation. Indiana had like 21 million. If you look at all of the sources, who knows what the exact numbers are? But I mean, what a stupid comment to make. But then on top of that, it finally comes down to any kind of restaurants. You can get the ingredients. You can go buy the ingredients at a grocery store, but now you got to have the chef to put them together and make you a cut above for the restaurant next door. And Signetti is definitely that chef. And by that, I mean he has a lot of sous chefs, obviously, who are following in his teachings, et cetera. But the way they've been able to identify talent, affordable talent, and then plug it in 2 straight years, is phenomenal. And not everybody can do that. So, I used to go by this saying that there are more big-time college football coaches than there are big-time college football programs. And I think this blows that one out of the water from the standpoint of everybody has the ability. There are 30 or 40 programs minimum that have the ability to do what Indiana has done from a monetary or financial standpoint of putting together an NIL that's at least competitive, but then identifying who actually fits in your system, in your team, in your program is the secret sauce, and Curt Cignetti's definitely done that.
You got to have a great leader that people want to follow. You got to hit a nerve with your alumni base, and then you got to trigger your ultra-rich alumni base and say, oh, this is fun. I like this. I've never seen Mark Cuban at an Indiana football game until this year. Never seen him at an Indiana football, ever. I've seen him at Assembly Hall, but I've never seen him at an Indiana football game until this year. Maybe last year he did, but either way, within the last couple of years. So now he's engaged, and now this goes to the next question. Tim, I don't think they're going anywhere. I'm not saying that they're going to go, what they've done, 26-2 over a 2-year period every time. Like there's going to be, but they're not going to fall off a cliff either because of the things I just mentioned are now triggered. They're ready to go. They got a taste.
Yeah, and not only that, it reminds me of how recruiting experts kind of like blossomed over the last 40 years. Originally, what you started doing was, hey, who's Alabama recruiting? Who's Ohio State recruiting? Whatever. And then you go, well, that guy must be pretty good, right? And then you go, but you know what I'm building to here? Who's Indiana recruiting? You know, I mean, who are they looking at in the portal? That's what could get them now is that more people paying attention to this three-star coming out of high school dude that now they suddenly want on their football team. You know, that word gets around, and that's what could maybe put a fly in their ointment. But now it's a destination. It is definitely a destination. In 2 years, they've lost 2 football games, and that was the 2 teams that played for the national championship a year ago. I mean, this is if you go there, you know what's that old Michigan line? Those who show up will be champions. I'll just bastardize
those who stay. Yeah.
Those who show up will be champions. Does the Big Ten reign continue? Do we see a Big Ten champ next year, or do you feel like it's going to start to flatten back out and we might see a different conference representing at the top?
Well, I mean, let's face it. Miami was 2 or 3 plays away from beating Indiana, but Indiana made the plays when it had to, including that interception. That's still crazy to think about. My point is that's how fragile it is at the top, you know. And but the interesting thing, the most interesting stat, actually most interesting occurrence was what Paul Feinbaum said earlier this week. Finally doing a mea culpa. I texted him and said, man, it took a lot of guts to do, even though, I mean, you're taking a lot of arrows, but unlike Custer, you're still standing, you know? I mean, at least you were able to stand up, take the arrows and say I was wrong. But the bottom line is everybody's working really hard right now. You know this, Josh, what to be that number one. I mean, because it is attainable. It is attainable. It's not just but I've said this all along. Bo and I were talking about this. I got to go to the Alabama and South Carolina game this year with my baby brother Tony, who is now legitimately 68, and the bottom line is, I will say this: the atmosphere at Southeastern Conference games, most of the places, is off the chart, is off the hook. But that doesn't mean the football is. You follow my drift? Mm-hmm. And now that's been exposed. So I think it's going to be another very competitive year coming up, especially staying at 12. I think it's going to be competitive about now. Who does get the nod to be that conference with the extra school in? Why wouldn't it be the Big Ten now?
Yeah. When you finally get out to see Montana, because you're not going to be like the guy who dies at the end of the hunt